This is what a great Democratic Party looks like. Good evening, Oklahoma Democrats. What a great evening it really is. And I want to thank, first of all, I want to thank you, Governor, although you got me in trouble with my wife by, encouraging me to announce something here tonight. So I have nothing to announce. In fact, I'm finished with my speech. I do want to thank all of you, the Oklahoma Democratic Party, for the very warm welcome, the kindness that all of you have shown me already this evening, and a special thank you, of course, to your fearless chair, Alicia Andrews, for the invitation to speak with you at this historic Carl Albert dinner. Now, for a state that people think is deep red, you sure have a lot of great Democratic governors here. David Walters, Brad Henry, the legendary George Nye. Thank you not only for shaping this party's legacy, but sticking around to make sure that it's living up to its best future. And word has it, as we just saw, that joining the ranks of these great governors is going to be Cyndi Munson. And I want to be clear, all the Democratic governors know about this race, and all of us across the country are excited about Cyndi's candidacy, and we want you to know we will be supporting you as you retake the governor's mansion right here in Oklahoma. Congratulations to all the award winners, Avery McIntyre, our party's tenure is only as long as its generation is deep, and you're a great hope for Oklahoma's future. To Sherry McNall, you set an example for Oklahoma and the country in your work's impact in the communities that you serve. To County Commissioner Jason Lowe, to Chuck Hoskins Sr., to Sandy Garrett, congratulations on a profound legacy of public service. Thank you for building up Oklahoma Democrats everywhere and all at once. So let's give another round of applause for all of tonight's awardees. And folks, can you give it up for Amanda Clinton on that special election victory? 69 points. Now we just need Oklahoma Democrats to teach the rest of the nation to thunder up. And to all those celebrating this month, especially those Democrats who have refused to get sucked into the MAGA game of victimizing the most vulnerable among us, happy Pride. So let's be real tonight. I think I speak for everyone here when I say that there has never been a more stressful time to be a Democrat than right now. Am I right? What helps me is talking with Democrats in Oklahoma, because you remind us that our party's strength is not measured by how well our party thrives in the blue states, but how well Democrats persevere in red states. And judging by the audience here tonight, I feel like I'm reverberating. Judging by the audience that's here tonight, Democrats in Oklahoma truly are ready for the fight. Now, I have political friends on both coasts of this country, but where Democrats are doing the Lord's work is right here in the middle of the country. And this is where we all know a thing or two about how to slog through the hard times. You face down Republican supermajorities in the State House and still find new ways to put the spotlight on Democratic values. Now, I'm not saying it's dainty work. I mean, y'all know how to throw an elbow. But it's always okay because you're doing it in the name of all that's holy. I've been around politics long enough to have heard the pundits declare each political party dead on the table at one time or another. When John Kerry lost to George Bush, you remember that, in 2004, the talking heads told us that the Democratic coalition had crumbled. And when Barack Obama beat John McCain in 2008, a screaming headline asked, "Is the Republican Party over?" And when Democrats lost the Senate in 2014 and the presidency in 2016, they said we were a party lost at sea. When we won most of it back in 2018 and 2020 and 2022, an endless parade of podcasts questioned if the GOP would ever recover. I've no doubt that Oklahoma Republicans met the same fate when Governor George Nye won all 77 counties of the state. My point is that the reports of the demise of any political party are always greatly exaggerated. Our country's politics swing along a pendulum whose arc trajectory never slows down. And if you stop too long to stare at it and question whether it's still moving, well, it's going to hit you in the face. So, folks, I am done. I don't know about you, but I am truly done with the books and the op-eds, the resurrected ghosts of past Democratic campaigns, the Substacks, the tortured monologues across social media and television platforms, dissecting what went wrong and who's to blame. The pity party, the circular firing squad, the think tank brainstorming sessions, frankly, they just need to be over. Since the dawn of our republic, political parties have won and lost elections. It's in the space between that we always find a way to reinvent and reinvigorate ourselves by just getting back to the hard work of governing and campaigning. So let's start by talking about something that should be easy for all of us to say. It's wrong to snatch a person off the streets of America and ship them to a foreign gulag with no chance to defend themselves in a court of law. I want to be clear, that's not a statement about immigration policy. This is an argument about the Constitution of the United States of America. They're literally arresting U.S. citizens in broad daylight. I'm not exaggerating. Green card holders in this country legally and working in research labs, helping us stay ahead of the Chinese and the Russian adversaries that we have. People who've never committed any crimes in their lives and who dream someday of becoming U.S. citizens. And they're being swept up and deported. So are babies and children and teenagers, U.S. citizens. These are not criminals. The people I'm talking about are law-abiding people who've been working and paying taxes for decades. They're innocent. They're now forced to go into hiding, many of them, because they have black and brown skin and they speak with an accent. This country was founded on the idea of habeas corpus. It's a fancy legal term that in plain speak means no government has the right to arbitrarily take your freedom away from you. And preserving habeas corpus is not some fever dream of the left wing. It's a fundamental concept of justice. It's one that people have fought and died for all the way back to the Middle Ages. Habeas corpus was in the Magna Carta in the 13th century. And by the 18th century, our nation's founders considered it to be so vital to our liberty here that they wrote it right into the U.S. Constitution. Thomas Jefferson called it the essential principle of government, habeas corpus. Benjamin Franklin opined that those who would give up habeas corpus for temporary security deserved neither liberty nor security. And Alexander Hamilton wrote that the practice of arbitrary imprisonments has been in all the ages the favorite and most formidable instruments of tyranny. Franklin, Jefferson, Hamilton. They're talking about Donald Trump. So why am I spending our valuable time at a political event talking about habeas corpus? Because standing up for the idea that government doesn't have the right to kidnap you without due process is arguably the most effective campaign slogan in history. Truly, it's the OG of political messaging. Does it surprise you that after he lost California in the last election and called it rigged, that Trump now is deploying active duty Marines against U.S. citizens there? It's the authoritarian playbook our founders feared, and it's happening right now. There are plenty of people in this country who hold opinions that I find abhorrent, but my faith and our Constitution dictate that I fight for their freedoms as loudly as I defend my own.